So, welcome back. I just wanted to update you on those dysfunctional vehicles here at the garage in the woods. First out, C6. Died on me 2 months ago on the way to work. Called up a coworker that towed me that 1.5 kilometer left to work, and while towing the car, it started up. So it was idling on the rope after the coworker's car, and I could perfectly park it and drove it home that night, and been functioning for like 1.5 months since. One morning going to work, didn't start. Connected it up in Lexia 3 and it showed me 4 errors, including camshaft sensor, crankshaft sensor, pressure sensor in common rail, and I think it was yeah, that's it basically. Changed the crankshaft sensor and camshaft sensor. Didn't work, didn't start. Started to, well, then I just started to overthink everything, as I always do. And yeah. Long story short, I ordered a Hella, the brand Hella, crank sensor, and I also ordered Shitmark. This one, new out of box camshaft sensor. Show that this one was defective. This brand is just shit. Never buy it. Never buy this brand. It's just shit. And it's not that much cheaper than buying the right stuff. Long story short, it's I remounted the original 270,000 kilometer camshaft sensor. Car runs perfect. So the whole time it was the crank sensor. Yeah, that's C6, and it has never run this smooth as it does now. So, that's probably just me. I'm just imagining that, but well, anyway. Next car, the blue GS. What happened? We had see if I can film in there. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good light. We had a defective drive shaft boot. I think it's in English, soufflet du cardan antérieur in French. I won't say it in Swedish. No one understands anyway. And I had just spread out grease everywhere here. So I changed that. But that's not the main thing here. The main thing is a leaking engine. And yeah, it's you see, it's gross in here. And imagine that heating, how that smelled all the winter. So let's go into the shop and look there. Engines on my new test bench. It was very oily here. It had been leaking out of the breather. And I've been using the first thing is that it didn't have any blow by at all. It was just I think I showed when this engine was on the test bench, the old one, and it was idling, and I opened the cap, the oil filler cap, and It was literally nothing. It was just, I put the paper on there and it was just making a helicopter sound like this, but it didn't want to fly off. So no blow by at all, at least on idling. But I don't know what happens when the engine works. I haven't checked that. So, but anyway, this wasn't tight. That was leaking, causing the oil to seep out here, down here. You can still see some oil there. And since the air flow goes this way through the engine, it was leaking all the way up here. The oil had like traveled all the way back here. And what happens, it goes down into the heat chamber. Yeah. And this oil had, let's see what we can see in here. I don't think that's so visible now, but very oily inside the carb. And those pistons were totally fine and totally clean. But yeah, it's been using up some gross amount of oil. So I think that most of this oil consumption and the exhaust smell was awful. It was really consuming oil, and that oil was probably coming from here and going into the carb. I'm gonna test this next when I start up this engine. I'm gonna use this. Don't know any English word for it, but in French it's a reniflade, and it sort of stops the oil from traveling all the way to the carburetor. So I'm gonna test that. And we also had some leaks on the cylinder heads. Nothing on the radial seal here, but there. That's just a stupid paper gasket and it never works. So I put, this side isn't done yet. I do one side at a time, but I'm putting a perma gasket on that head. Something happened with that seal. I didn't have any Viton seal, so I used a common original seal, and I wonder what's happened here. That must have happened when I put it together. It hadn't leaked that much though, so, well, I don't know. So that's what's happening here. Next engine, the 83 1200. This is how far I've come. Just cleaning it, and yeah. Next is taking it out of here, splitting it, washing the inside, and we have the stuff sitting around here. That's gonna be cleaned. We have some pistons cleaned here. So that's the piston box, cylinders, cleaned and marked. What's here? More stuff. Yeah. Gonna use Viton seals on these, on the cylinder head side. A really nice clutch. We're gonna reuse that. Hubcap for the blue car. Well, that's it. And the BX waiting for parts. Underneath the BX, overhauled cylinder head for the 78 engine. the engine to the blue car. So that's what's happening. Green car, green 72 GS is gonna get some more very minor work on it, and then I'm gonna go to the inspection because that car is gonna be used this summer. Next car, Rouge Geranium X3 GSA. Been sitting here since last autumn. It's very dark in here, but yeah, that's how it looks. You've already seen it. Some work were made on the doors. This is the only remaining door to do, and I'm gonna do it. Let's see when. Then there's a lot of stuff to do more. I don't know right now what to begin with, but this is basically what we're dealing with. Making this door decent, and then we're gonna do some painting. Underneath here, I don't know what. I haven't been opening here since. Yeah, exactly. We have this problem probably too here. We're probably gonna have to do something with this, so we don't have the same stupid thing with even if there's no blow-by, there seems to be a problem with these ones, and there's of course a reason Citroën replaced these filler necks, and when was it renewed or replaced? In 1976, I think. So that's the reason why. Probably they had oil consumption. Yeah, but this engine is pristine running, but I haven't done the permagasket or permatex thing there, so it's more likely to leak even here. Next car, 2CV6 Charleston 1988. It's been parked the whole last summer, actually. I didn't drive it for the whole summer. It was just sitting inside. Things to do here is, this is a completely different filler neck than on the GS, because this is the real, in French, reniflard, and those get bad due to age, because this is also a very important breathing device. And when those goes bad, you have too much pressure. You get crank pressure inside the oil system, and it starts to seep oil everywhere. So this is going to be replaced. Ignition system is going to be replaced. I haven't done the breaker points or anything there since 2013. Yeah, and it still works. I'm gonna totally rebuild the carb. New gasket set is ordered. This is gonna be cleaned, totally cleaned, and yeah, like it should be done. New stuff for the generator or alternator. These what you call it? Those carbon things in here are very short, so this is soon gonna be not working anymore. And the last thing to do here is well, we can't see it here, but we have this suspension arm bearings on this side is shot, so I'm gonna order 2 of them and change them. The other side is changed for like 6 years or so. That's it. Because the plan is to take this one to France this summer.